What's happening, everybody? Tuesday, July 14th. We're going to start out with, we got to start with, man, UFC 100 Wowzers.
Hell of a card.
Yeah, it was a hell of a card. It was definitely entertainment. It was a lot of, like, WWE type entertainment. But, man, right off the bat, we'll just start out with GSP and Alves.
Not Henderson and Bisping?
Nah, we'll go to that because I think it's a little bit more excitement in that bout. You'd have to agree. I mean, GSP just looked
unbeatable.
Yeah, he looked unbeatable. I think when you're at 170 pounds, nobody's beating GSP. And if you want to make him, I just was talking to George about this. I mean, he took down Alves over 20 times. He dominated the fight.
Knocked him down with a right hand at one point.
Yeah. And with the hurt groin, obviously in the third.
He tears his groin, and dude, that comment in the corner was awesome. I tore my groin. I don't care.
Right.
Hit him with your groin.
Yeah.
I could just see some guy like mounting someone's face and just dry humping him. Okay. All right, maybe not.
Okay, next fight.
Anyway, GSP looks phenomenal. I'm surprised he's not on more UFC commercials and not the face in more ads here in America.
The one thing I have, man, I'm going to cut you off, George, is everybody with the pound-for-pound fight. I just think that if you're going to make a fighter the best pound-for-pound fighter or start putting him in that type of category, you got to go outside of your class. Everybody goes, well, if he goes to middleweights, he's too small. Well, you know what? BJ Penn is small when he moves up a class. Anderson Silva fights in 2 classes. Fedor fights motherfuckers 400 pounds. I mean, GSP is not fighting anybody except 170-pound niggas. I mean, if he goes up and fights a middleweight, I think if he gets his hands full with a decent middleweight like Marquardt or something like that, I think that's where, if he goes out and goes through a couple of those guys, then yeah, he's probably the best pound for pound.
I think he has the potential to, but it'll be interesting to see what GSP does. Obviously, his groin is hurt. We need to find out how bad it is, how long he's going to be out, and then once that's done, does he pack on enough weight to go up and fight? Because
right.
You figure he's got to get up to 200, 210 pounds. He says he only walks around 83.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought
he was no, he walks around at about $183 to $185.
Yeah, he's a small guy. I didn't realize.
So
he was
he's smart because he only has to cut 10 or 12 pounds. Every fight, maybe 15 at the most. But
right.
I mean, he'd have to get up if he wanted to fight at 185. He'd have to walk around it. I mean, close to 190, between 190 and 200.
He'd have to get jacked. Anyway, enough of him.
Okay. Bisping.
What happened to your boy Bisping, man?
He got crushed.
Yep.
I mean, obviously Henderson had a plan. He was like, Bisping can't hurt me because let's face it, at 185, Bisping doesn't have a lot of power. He looked almost sickly skinny to me. Henderson.
He didn't have a lot of power, and he didn't have a lot of smarts, George. Okay, if you're gonna fight, if you're gonna have somebody loading up a right like that, the whole fucking thing, and you're gonna circle into that right, you know what? I'm not a fucking MMA fighter. I know the disclaimer is I can't whip none of you niggas' ass, but I can tell you one thing: I will not walk into a fucking right. I know that much. I tell you what, my daughter will tell you that. Don't walk into the fucking right. You know what I mean?
And his coach goes, his coach is screaming at him after the first round. Stop circling to your left.
I was happy as shit.
Stop circling to your left. And he went
snoring like shit. Then he caught him with the flying elbow to the forehead.
No, that was a fist to his mouth.
What'd you think about that? Go ahead, man.
I have no problem with the action. I understand you fight till the referee stops you. No, seriously.
I'm just listening, man.
I have no problem with that. My only issue is, after the fight, Henderson goes, I'm not the type of fighter who hits people when I know they're out.
Right.
But I hit him anyway to shut him up.
He was joking, though, man.
Of course. Well, I've heard he was joking. They took it out of context. Well, explain to me, he has no sense of humor. I think a conversation with that guy would be like talking to a brick wall.
Didn't I tell you, man? I told you Bisping was talking all that fucking jazz and Ultimate Fighter, and Henderson was holding that shit back. Just like when we talked about Lesnar, holding that shit back, taking notes, filing that shit away, putting in his fucking Dan Henderson filing cabinet, and it came out right on that nigga's forehead.
I understand that, but at that moment, you have that guy's career in your right hand.
Yeah.
Because if Bisping never gets up, what do you say?
Huh? What
do you say? Oh, I knew he was out and I hit him anyway.
If he
now he
gets
can't
up, what does he say?
Yeah. Oops.
Someone give him a pillow. Next fight.
Anyway, it was interesting to hear comments from him because, in my opinion, he's a very respected fighter. He's done a ton of things for MMA, and I never thought he would let words get to him. Because, like I told Kevin, if I let all the words that have been said about me while we've done this show get to us, we'd have been done after episode 1.
Or you would be the baddest knockout artist ever because you'd be knocking people out every day. You have knocked out probably about 300 keyboard cowboys.
That or I'd been to 50 states.
Or headbutting them.
Well,
now, what would you do if you headbutt him? Your big ass said you headbutt a motherfucker and he's not getting up. You said you shouldn't have left that comment on YouTube, bitch. Anyway, next fight. Let's talk about the silverback. I told you, man.
Did I argue with you?
I'm telling you guys right now,
I was the only one at my house to pick Lesnar.
Really?
Yes.
Let me tell you something, man. Everybody thinks I'm clowning around and shit, talking about he is a silverback gorilla. Now, Brock, if you ever see this video, please don't fuck me up. But, you know, there's how many? Okay, there's 2 people right now that I'm telling you that I think are capable of beating Brock Lesnar.
No, Chuck Norris and Magnum PI.
No, wrong. The Abominable Snowman and Bigfoot. Now, if you can go find that nigga somewhere up in the Pacific Northwest, and you teach him how to sprawl and a little bit of fucking Muay Thai, he will fuck up Brock Lesnar. How do you train against him?
Hold on. With that said, what do you? For you people who didn't see the fight, Lesnar just outmuscled him, took him, did whatever he wanted, pummeled him, beat on him like I don't know.
He held a 240-pound in-shape Frank Mir like this. And he completely put him in neutral and was like, how in the fuck do you train for that?
I don't know. But there's a fight coming up between Shane Carwin and Cain Velasquez.
I ain't worried about them niggas.
Okay, do you think Shane Carwin has a chance to knock out Brock Lesnar? And the only reason I say this is because Brock Lesnar supposedly made up a story where these two got together and measured punching. Yeah.
I'm not worried about the story about the punching power. I'm just going to tell you, if I'm Shane Carwin, okay, if I'm training, I'm telling you everybody, okay, seriously, look at me in the fucking camera. If I'm training Shane Carwin to fight Brock Lesnar, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the National Zoo, okay? I'm going to say, get in there with that fucking silverback gorilla, right? And when the silverback, and see if he can hang out and, you know, and hang with the silverback. Once the silverback starts fucking him up, like Brock Lesnar to do, I'll have my bananas on the side and I'll throw them to distract the gorilla and get the nigga out of the cage.
Okay.
He's not beating him.
All right, well, here's the other one.
What?
Dana White seems hell-bent on, after Affliction's next event, that he's going to sign Fedor. He's going to push to sign Fedor. If he does sign Fedor, because it has to be more than one fight, because if he comes in and beats Lesnar and leaves, he just assassinated your whole entire heavyweight division.
Right.
So let's say he comes in and does he stand a chance versus Brock Lesnar?
Is he going to go to National Zoo and train with the gorillas? Did you just hear what I said, man?
Here I am.
I don't care how great Fedor is. Okay, you know, and I know everybody's going to be like, Fedor's great, you know, you stupid black motherfucker, you don't know shit about fucking heavyweight fighters. Y'all can all suck my dick, man, because I saw it this weekend, okay? You know what I'm saying? You got to be a fucking monkey to beat this guy, okay? Fuck Fedor. He's a bad motherfucker. He's the greatest heavyweight of all time. But what happens if he gets taken down? Because Brock has his ankles away from him, and if he holds him, okay, in a headlock and starts hitting him with those haymakers, that shit is fucked up, man. That's not normal shit.
I think that's the only person who has a chance at beating him in all aspects. I think Shane Carwin can knock him out. That's all I'm going to say. Now, will Shane Carwin ever get a punch in? Probably not. Because Lesnar will do exactly what he did to Mir, snatch him, take him, put him up. And why did Mir try to hit him with a flying knee?
Who knows, man? And the thing is what people have to realize is that Lesnar's only going to get better. I mean, this is the thing that a lot of people aren't realizing. Lesnar's getting more and more mat time. He's getting more and more time in the ring. He's getting better training.
But
he's
here's
learning
the
things.
thing.
And he goes up in Minnesota, man. He's like the Hobbit.
Is he alienating himself and preventing himself from training with the other top guys by his attitude and his actions? Because think about it. GSP flies around the country and goes to all these different camps and brings in the best fighters. Is he alienating himself from that?
I tell you a guy who I think would train right now who's a good heavyweight, Brett Rogers. He wants to train with big, strong, heavy motherfuckers. Brett Rogers is a beast. Okay? I'm just saying, he would go up there and train with him. He wants to train with some bad motherfuckers.
Train in something he can't do. Learn something you can't, like no Guerra.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, what's Brett Rogers going to teach Brock Lesnar?
Huh?
What's Brett Rogers going to teach Brock Lesnar?
How to grow a mohawk out.
Okay, just checking, because it ain't nothing else.
Anyway, man, I just, you know, I just think this guy's going to be a hard guy to beat. You know, obviously Fedor's the best in the world. Could he beat him? Of course. You know what I'm saying? Is it going to be hard? Yeah, I think it's going to be hard. I think the more experience Brock gets, the older Fedor gets, you know. Real quick, man, we're going to get out of the fucking MMA world. We're going to talk about the Grim Reaper, man, because the motherfucker has just completely lost his mind, man.
3 shows in a row.
Yeah, man. Arturo Gatti's girl went fucking crazy, man.
23-year-old girl was obviously watching UFC because caught him in a rear naked choke with a purse strap.
You know, this shit's not funny, man, but damn.
Yeah, it is. He should have been training MMA. He didn't know how to slip that shit.
Got out of the fucking purse cord. Didn't she choke him out with the purse cord?
Yeah.
She was mad. They said it was over something like a call girl.
I bet he... Oh, well, fuck. It's only a call girl, right?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
What's age between
bad
friends?
As a motherfucker as Arturo Gatti was, fighting Mickey Ward all them times, man, he got choked out by a purse strap. That's fucked up, man.
23-year-old.
Yeah, man.
Yoked him up.
We're ghosts, man. Peace-ems.